Honey, a natural golden elixir. Honey, often referred to as liquid gold, has enchanted humanity for centuries. From ancient civilizations that valued it as a sacred offering to its place in modern kitchens as a versatile sweetener, honey holds a unique spot in our lives. Beyond its sweetness, honey offers health benefits, including antioxidant, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory properties. But have you ever wondered how this natural elixir is produced on a large scale? Today, we'll explore the fascinating journey of honey from bee to bottle, delving into the intricate processes that make bulk honey production possible. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. We've got more fascinating content like this coming your way. And if you love learning about how your favorite products are made, give this video a thumbs up. The journey of honey production begins with the hive, a bustling community of bees working in perfect harmony. Each hive is a marvel of natural engineering, with its wax cells meticulously crafted in a hexagonal shape. This design isn't just visually appealing, it's also incredibly efficient, providing maximum storage capacity with minimal material. Within these wax cells, bee eggs hatch into larvae or grubs. Over the course of their development, these grubs are cared for by worker bees, which feed them a steady diet of royal jelly or a mixture of pollen and nectar, depending on their role within the colony. This nurturing environment ensures a healthy new generation of bees, ready to contribute to the hive's productivity. The hive operates as a well-oiled machine, with each bee playing a specific role, from cleaning and defending the hive to foraging for nectar. This division of labor is crucial for the success of honey production. Once a new generation of bees matures, the worker bees take on their most critical task, nectar collection. Armed with an acute sense of smell and remarkable navigation skills, these bees set out to find the best flowering plants. They fly from one flower to another, using their long, tube-like tongues to extract nectar. What's fascinating here is the dual functionality of the honey stomach. Unlike the bee's regular stomach used for digestion, the honey stomach is solely for nectar storage. As the worker bees collect nectar, they mix it with enzymes in their honey stomach. This initiates the transformation of nectar into honey, breaking down complex sugars into simpler ones. On their return to the hive, these worker bees engage in trophallaxis, a process where they regurgitate the nectar and pass it to house bees. This step not only helps with further processing, but also contributes to the unique flavor of the honey, as the bees' enzymes continue to work their magic. Once the honeycombs are filled with honey, it's time for beekeepers to step in. Harvesting honey is a delicate operation that requires careful preparation. Beekeepers don protective gear that includes a full-body bee suit, gloves, and a helmet with a veil. This ensures their safety, as bees can become defensive when their hive is disturbed. One of the most effective tools in a beekeeper's arsenal is the smoker. The smoker produces a steady stream of cool smoke, which has a calming effect on the bees. When exposed to smoke, bees instinctively begin consuming honey, preparing to abandon the hive in case of fire. This makes them less aggressive, allowing the beekeeper to work safely and efficiently. Beekeepers must also ensure that their tools are clean and sterilized to prevent contamination, maintaining the purity of the honey. The next step in the honey production process involves separating the honey-filled frames from the hive. Each hive consists of multiple frames, rectangular wooden structures that hold honeycombs. Beekeepers carefully remove these frames one by one, using hive tools to pry them loose. To minimize disruption, soft bee brushes are used to gently sweep the bees off the frames. This is done with precision to ensure that the bees are unharmed and can continue their work once the frames are returned. The extracted frames are then placed in hive boxes, which are neatly arranged to prevent any damage during transport. These boxes, now heavy with honey, are securely closed and loaded onto trucks, ready for their journey to the processing facility. Transporting honey-filled frames to the factory is a crucial step that ensures the integrity of the honey. During transport, the boxes are kept at optimal conditions to prevent spoilage. The journey to the factory is typically short, as time is of the essence to maintain the honey's freshness and quality. Once the frames arrive at the processing facility, they are carefully unloaded and inspected. Factory workers check for any signs of damage or contamination before the frames are sent to the decapping stage. This preliminary inspection is vital to ensure that only the best quality honey moves forward in the production process. In the factory, the first major step is decapping, which involves removing the thin wax layer that seals the honey within the combs. This wax, known as cappings, serves as a protective barrier, keeping the honey fresh and free from contaminants. Decapping machines are equipped with sharp rotating blades or heated knives that delicately slice through the wax on both sides of the frames. This process is done with precision to avoid damaging the honeycombs. The removed wax is collected and often repurposed for products like candles and cosmetics. With the cappings removed, the honey within the combs is exposed, ready for the next stage of extraction. The decapped frames are loaded into centrifuges, also known as honey extractors. These drum-like machines use centrifugal force to spin the honeycombs at high speeds, forcing the honey out of the cells. The honey collects on the walls of the extractor and gradually flows down to the bottom, where it is collected. This method is not only efficient, but also gentle on the combs, allowing them to be reused by beekeepers. The extracted honey at this stage is raw and unfiltered, containing bits of wax, pollen, and other impurities. However, it already exhibits the rich golden hue and distinct aroma that honey lovers cherish. To achieve the crystal clear honey you see on store shelves, the raw honey undergoes a thorough filtration process. It is passed through a series of fine sieves and mesh filters that remove any remaining impurities, including wax bits, pollen, and bee parts. Some factories employ advanced filtration systems that use pressure and mild heat to enhance the process. This ensures that the honey meets stringent quality standards while preserving its natural enzymes and nutrients. Filtered honey is now ready for bulk storage, a critical step in maintaining its quality before packaging. Filtered honey is transferred to large stainless steel tanks designed for food-grade storage. These tanks are equipped with temperature control systems that maintain the honey at an optimal temperature of around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. Temperature control is essential to prevent crystallization and maintain the honey's fluid consistency, making it easier to handle during packaging. The tanks are sealed to prevent contamination, and routine quality checks are conducted to ensure the honey remains pure and flavorful. These storage systems can hold thousands of gallons of honey, ready to be distributed for various packaging formats. The next stage is packaging, where automation takes center stage. Honey is pumped from the storage tanks into automated filling machines. These machines are programmed to fill jars with precise amounts of honey, ensuring consistency in weight and volume. Jars are placed on conveyor belts, moving in perfect synchronization under the filling nozzles. Each jar is filled quickly and efficiently, minimizing waste. This automation not only speeds up production, but also maintains the highest hygiene standards, as human contact is kept to a minimum. Once filled, the jars move to the sealing station. Here, automated arms place lids on each jar and screw them tightly, creating an airtight seal. This ensures the honey remains fresh and prevents any leakage during transport. The sealed jars then pass through the labeling station, where they receive their branded labels. These labels provide crucial information, including product name, nutritional facts, and batch numbers. High-speed applicators ensure that every jar is labeled accurately and consistently. ready to hit store shelves. In addition to traditional jars, some factories produce honey spoons, pre-measured portions of honey molded into spoon shapes and individually wrapped. These are perfect for consumers who want a quick, mess-free way to enjoy honey. The process involves pouring honey into spoon-shaped molds, followed by cooling to solidify the shape. Once cooled, the honey spoons are sealed in individual wrappers, maintaining their freshness and providing a convenient option for on-the-go use. With all products prepared, it's time for bulk packaging. Jars and honey spoons are carefully packed into sturdy cartons designed to protect the contents during transportation. These cartons are labeled with shipping information and batch numbers for traceability. Before leaving the factory, each package undergoes a final inspection to ensure it meets quality standards. Once approved, the cartons are loaded onto trucks, ready for distribution to retailers and supermarkets worldwide. Modern honey production emphasizes quality assurance and traceability. Factories conduct rigorous testing at every stage, from raw honey inspection to final packaging. These tests measure moisture content, purity, and taste consistency, ensuring the honey meets regulatory and consumer standards. Traceability systems allow each jar of honey to be tracked back to its hive of origin. This transparency builds trust with consumers, guaranteeing that the honey is ethically sourced and of the highest quality.
The huge factory that makes Snickers chocolate. From raw materials to the final bar, embark on an adventure that will transport you to the heart of the massive plant that produces the world-famous Snickers chocolate bar. Every day, millions of these mouth-watering bars find their way into your hands thanks to a procedure that is both precise and automated, using only high-quality ingredients. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy discovering the recipes for your favorite snacks. An international sensation, Snickers is more than simply a chocolate bar. In 1930, Mars Inc. introduced Snickers to the market. Its distinctive blend of crunchy peanuts, silky caramel, chewy nougat, and decadent milk chocolate made it an instant hit. On the other hand, have you ever considered the process by which all of these parts are integrated into a single flawless bar? This chocolate wonder is made in a massive factory, and we'll show you every step of the process today. Where the Snickers story begins: finding the ingredients. The ingredients for every Snickers bar are hand-picked. Premium milk chocolate, rich caramel, soft nougat, and high-quality peanuts are the foundation of a Snickers bar's flavor. Despite the high volume of these ingredients, they are subject to rigorous quality control inspections at the facility before they are used to manufacture the bar. The peanuts are the source of the famous crunchiness of Snickers. The peanuts are gathered from reliable farms, then shelled and transported to the processing plant. They are subjected to a rigorous quality inspection before usage to guarantee they are up to the mark of the brand. The next step is a perfectly executed roast, which brings out their natural sweetness and gives them their distinctive crunch. The following step in the production process involves chopping and preparing these peanuts. Snickers caramel is a trifecta of sugar, dairy, and butter. To make the thick, elastic caramel that will cover the nougat layer, the ingredients are cooked to precise temperatures in big vats. Ensuring the caramel reaches the ideal texture, pliable enough to chew yet sturdy enough to retain its form, relies on precisely controlling the heat. Snickers nougat coating is their foundation. It is prepared by whisking egg whites, honey, and sugar until the mixture reaches a peak of lightness and frothy consistency. To give the nougat its distinctive sweet flavor that goes well with the other layers, flavorings like vanilla are added to it. After it's done, it's cooled and then sliced into slabs. Using a combination of cocoa beans, milk, sugar, and cocoa butter, the chocolate covering of Snickers bars is made. Chocolate gets its desired texture and shine through the tempering process. To achieve a glossy sheen and ensure that the chocolate melts smoothly when consumed, tempering is an essential step. Snickers wouldn't be the same without any of these components. And the more we go through the process, the more we realize how much work goes into making this bar. Establishing the groundwork for nougat layer production. At its core, every Snickers bar is nougat. The recipe calls for big industrial mixers to heat corn syrup, sugar, and water. The egg whites are beaten into the batter while it cooks, making it light and airy. This method guarantees a hard yet pliable nougat, which serves as a base for the subsequent layers. Long sheets of nougat are rolled out once it has been completely beaten. Next, specialized cutting machines are used to cut the sheets into pieces that are bar-sized. Each Snickers bar gets the exact same amount of nougat because of how precisely this phase is executed. Machines also regulate the nougat's thickness to keep it consistent. Even something as basic as a nougat base can be made using such exact gear. It's incredible. Making the caramel layer, enhancing the sugar content. To make the caramel layer, heat the milk, butter, and sugar to precise degrees. Rich golden caramel, for which Snickers is famous, is made by slowly melting sugar and adding butter and milk. To avoid caramel that is either too soft or too hard, the temperature must be carefully maintained. As the caramel cooks on a conveyor belt, it is drizzled over the nougat layer. The caramel needs not set before it can be evenly coated, thus this process needs to be done swiftly. The caramel coating on each nougat piece is exactly the right amount of stickiness, not too much, not too little. An essential part of eating Snickers is this stage, because it's where the crunchy peanuts meet the sweet caramel. The peanuts used to make Snickers bars are hand-picked, roasted, and chopped to perfection so that they have the perfect crunch. Roasting the peanuts in massive revolving ovens involves quality checks. Their flavor is brought out by roasting, which gives them a deep, nutty flavor. Before being put atop the caramel, the roasted peanuts are diced into uniform pieces. To maintain a consistent and delicious crunch in every bar, the peanut pieces must be of an appropriate size and consistency. Peanuts are uniformly scattered across the caramel layer as they fall across it. Even something as seemingly simple as mixing peanuts into a chocolate bar requires a great deal of attention to detail, as you can see below. Bars are now ready for final assembly as they travel down the manufacturing line, with the nougat, caramel, and peanuts stacked. Prior to the bars being coated with chocolate, the enrobing process involves using high-speed machinery to guarantee that the layers are precisely packed. Currently, quality control is being ensured by having sensors and cameras watch each bar. The line is immediately emptied of any bar that does not conform to the specified dimensions, forms, or weights. This meticulous process guarantees that each and every Snickers bar tastes excellent. Before we get into the chocolate enrobing process, the chocolate covering of a Snickers bar is probably the most recognizable feature. A technique known as enrobing allows the bars to pass through a layer of melted chocolate. A thick coating of delicious milk chocolate encases the nougat, caramel, and peanuts in the bars, which are coated in melted chocolate. The bars are covered and then cooled in a tunnel so the chocolate can solidify. To avoid any dullness or cracking, the cooling process is carefully regulated. The shiny surface and hard, smooth texture that make the Snickers bar snap when bit into them are achieved in this process. Even something as seemingly easy as dipping a bar into chocolate necessitates such exactitude and control. If you feel the same way, then you should subscribe to our channel so you may continue to discover the story of how your favorite foods are made. The chocolate coating on the Snickers bars must be allowed to cool and solidify before serving. To make sure the chocolate hardens evenly without touching the layers below, the bars pass through a network of cooling tunnels that progressively lower the temperature. Each bar can be precisely cooled to the perfect temperature before packaging thanks to these lengthy and accurate cooling tunnels. Each and every Snickers bar maintains its shape and flavor thanks to this meticulous technique. The last step is to wrap and box the bars. The freshness of each bar is guaranteed by the high-speed wrapping machines that seal them individually. Machines check the bars for quality as they roll down the conveyor belt, making sure there are no flaws. The bars are subsequently packaged and ready for transport. Once they leave the factory, they will be sent all over the world, stopping at supermarkets, vending machines, and finally, your hands. It's mind-boggling to think about how much work goes into manufacturing a single Snickers bar. All over the globe, from the mammoth factory to retailers all over the globe, the Snickers bars go on an epic trip after they're packaged and ready. Snickers bars can be found in every part of the world, from local convenience stores to vending machines in schools, businesses, and airports, thanks to their extensive global distribution network. An impressive effort in and of itself is the logistics involved in distributing millions of Snickers bars. Coordination between ships, planes, and trucks ensures perishable goods arrive at their destination in peak condition. To guarantee that the bars arrive in pristine condition, they are kept in climate-controlled storage facilities. If you're in the US, EU, or Asia, and you unwrap a Snickers bar, know that it was treated with care the whole time. Snickers' significance to Mars, Inc. As product line is highlighted by its worldwide network. The manufacturing facilities of Mars, Inc. have come a long way in recent years in terms of their commitment to ecological sustainability. This covers the process by which they acquire raw ingredients like its peanuts and cocoa beans. Using renewable energy sources and decreasing its carbon footprint are two of Mars's top priorities. One company that has committed to sourcing all of its cocoa from sustainable certified sources is Mars. In addition to helping the environment, this also guarantees that cocoa farmers are paid a fair salary and work in a safe atmosphere. They also push their peanut growers to use less water and pesticide by encouraging them to adopt eco-friendly techniques. There are a number of waste reduction strategies used by the mega plant. We take every measure to make sure that making your favorite candy bar is as eco-friendly as can be, from recycling packaging materials to employing machinery that uses less energy. You can't help but love every bite of a Snickers bar after witnessing the extraordinary procedure that goes into making one. Each layer is painstakingly made with love and attention to detail, from the generously sourced peanuts and gooey caramel to the tender nougat and rich milk chocolate. In order to keep up with demand all across the world, a mega factory runs around the clock to source ingredients, package them, and ship them out. It's the perfect combination of technological prowess, human creativity, and the desire to make a product that will delight countless people. If you like this in-depth look at the Snickers production process, we hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel. We are incredibly appreciative of your subscription since it enables us to keep making entertaining and educational movies. How Cadbury Dairy Milk is made. The complete process from cocoa beans to chocolate bar. Imagine unwrapping a bar of Cadbury Dairy Milk, the iconic purple wrapper crinkling between your fingers as you anticipate that first smooth, creamy bite. But do you know how that chocolate bar made it into your hands? You might be surprised by the journey it takes, starting with cocoa beans picked from farms far away and ending up in your favorite grocery store. Stick with me because today we're taking a deep dive into how this delicious treat is made, from the first step to the last, packed with fascinating details you won't want to miss. If you're into food processing, factories, and behind-the-scenes secrets of how your favorite treats are made, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. A quick history of Cadbury Dairy Milk. From England to American homes. Before we dive into the factory process, let's take a quick detour into the history of Cadbury Dairy Milk. It all started in 1824 when John Cadbury opened up a small shop in Birmingham, England. He didn't start with chocolate bars, he actually sold drinking chocolate. By the 19th century, Cadbury had become one of the most recognized names in the chocolate world, especially after launching the famous Dairy Milk Bar in 1905. Why was Dairy Milk such a game changer? It was the first time a chocolate bar contained such a high concentration of milk, which gave it a uniquely creamy texture and taste that set it apart from competitors. This emphasis on creaminess is what still makes Dairy Milk a favorite around the world today, including here in the United States. In fact, Cadbury Dairy Milk became so popular in the US that it's a staple on grocery store shelves nationwide. Even though Cadbury originated in England, its impact in the US has been significant. Over the years, the American audience has embraced this chocolate as one of its favorites, contributing to the massive global success of the Cadbury brand. The ingredients: cocoa, milk, and sugar. The foundation of great chocolate. Every great chocolate starts with great ingredients, and Cadbury Dairy Milk is no exception. The story begins on cocoa farms, mainly in tropical regions like Ghana and the Ivory Coast. These areas are known for growing some of the world's finest cocoa beans, and Cadbury relies on these beans to give their chocolate its distinctive taste. The cocoa beans are harvested, fermented, and then dried in the sun, which is an important step to develop their flavor. Once dried, the beans are packed into sacks and shipped off to Cadbury factories around the world, including those that supply chocolate to the U.S. market. But cocoa isn't the only key ingredient. Cadbury Dairy Milk wouldn't be dairy milk without, well, milk. In fact, it's the inclusion of a lot of fresh milk that gives the chocolate its signature smoothness and creamy texture. In many factories, local farms supply this fresh milk, which is carefully tested for quality. Finally, we can't forget about sugar. Sugar plays a huge role in chocolate production, balancing out the bitterness of the cocoa and making the flavor sweet and pleasant. Cadbury uses sugar sourced from sugarcane and sugar beet farms, ensuring that each bar has just the right amount of sweetness. These three ingredients, cocoa, milk, and sugar, form the foundation of Cadbury Dairy Milk. Step 1. Roasting the cocoa beans. Once the ingredients arrive at the factory, the magic begins. First up, we have the roasting of cocoa beans. When the beans arrive, they're far from ready to become chocolate. They need to be roasted to develop their flavor. Think of it like roasting coffee beans. The heat brings out all the rich, complex flavors that we associate with high-quality chocolate. In Cadbury factories, this process is controlled with state-of-the-art machines that roast the beans at just the right temperature. If the beans are roasted too long, they can become burnt and bitter. Too little roasting, and the beans don't develop the deep chocolatey taste that we all love. The beans are roasted in large, rotating drums, which ensure that every single bean gets evenly roasted. This is a critical part of the process because the flavor of the roasted beans will directly impact the flavor of the final chocolate product. Cadbury's expertise in roasting is one of the reasons their chocolate has such a consistent, high-quality taste. Once the beans have been roasted to perfection, it's time to move on to the grinding process. The roasted beans are passed through grinders, which break them down into small nibs, tiny pieces of cocoa beans. These nibs are then further ground into a thick, liquid paste known as cocoa mass. This is where the chocolate-making process truly begins. At this point, the cocoa mass is rich and aromatic, but it's not quite chocolate yet. It still needs to be refined and processed further. Cadbury's factory machines handle this step with precision, ensuring that the cocoa mass is ground down into a super smooth texture. Next comes the pressing stage. The cocoa mass is pressed under high pressure to separate the cocoa solids from the cocoa butter. Both components are important for making chocolate. Cocoa butter, in particular, is crucial for creating that smooth, melt-in-your-mouth texture that Cadbury Dairy Milk is famous for. Step 3. Mixing the ingredients. Cocoa, milk, and sugar unite. Once the cocoa mass has been prepared, it's time to mix it with milk and sugar to create the creamy Cadbury Dairy Milk flavor. Fresh milk is brought in from local farms, and sugar is added in precise quantities to balance the bitterness of the cocoa. This step is incredibly important because getting the right balance of cocoa, milk, and sugar is what gives Cadbury Dairy Milk its signature taste. Too much milk and the chocolate becomes too sweet. Too much cocoa and it becomes too bitter. The ratio is key, and Cadbury has perfected this balance over decades of chocolate-making experience. The mixture of cocoa, milk, and sugar is blended together in massive vats, ensuring that all the ingredients are fully integrated. The result? A smooth, creamy mixture that is starting to look and taste more like the chocolate you know and love. Smoothing the mixture. Now that the ingredients are blended, It's time for the conching process. This is where the mixture is stirred and heated for several hours to create an ultra-smooth texture. Conching machines are massive, and they work around the clock to ensure that each batch of chocolate is as smooth as possible. Why is this step so important? Conching allows the chocolate to develop a finer texture by breaking down any remaining particles. It also helps to develop the flavor by allowing any unwanted acids to evaporate, leaving behind the rich, creamy taste that Cadbury dairy milk is known for. Depending on the type of chocolate being produced, the conching process can take anywhere from a few hours to up to 24 hours. The longer the chocolate is conched, the smoother and more refined the final product will be. Once the chocolate has been conched, it's time to temper it. Tempering is the process of carefully heating and cooling the chocolate to give it the perfect texture and shine. If you've ever noticed that high-quality chocolate has a shiny appearance and a satisfying snap when you break it, that's all thanks to tempering. During this process, the chocolate is heated to a specific temperature and then cooled down at a controlled rate. This allows the cocoa butter in the chocolate to crystallize properly, which gives the chocolate that smooth, glossy finish. In Cadbury's factories, tempering machines handle this step with extreme precision. If the chocolate isn't tempered correctly, it can end up with a dull appearance and a grainy texture. Not exactly what you want in a chocolate bar. Tempering is a crucial step that ensures the final product has the right consistency, appearance, and mouthfeel. Now that the chocolate has been tempered, it's time to mold it into the iconic Cadbury dairy milk bar shape. The tempered chocolate is poured into specially designed molds that give the bars their signature rectangular shape. These molds are precision engineered to ensure that every bar is exactly the same. The chocolate is poured into the molds using fully automated machines, which can handle thousands of bars at a time. The machines work quickly and efficiently, ensuring that each bar is filled to the exact right amount of chocolate. Once the molds are filled, they're passed through a cooling tunnel, where the chocolate hardens and takes on its final shape. These cooling tunnels are kept at a precise temperature to ensure that the chocolate sets properly. Too much cooling, and the chocolate can become brittle. Too little, and it won't set properly. By the end of this step, the chocolate has solidified and taken on the shape of the final Cadbury dairy milk bar. If Cadbury is making a variation of dairy milk, such as a bar with almonds or caramel, these ingredients are added during the molding process. For example, almonds are roasted and then added to the liquid chocolate just before it's poured into the molds. This ensures that the almonds are evenly distributed throughout the bar. In the case of caramel-filled dairy milk, the caramel is added in the center of the bar before the final layer of chocolate is poured on top. This ensures that every bite of the bar has a perfect balance of chocolate and caramel. These variations are produced with the same level of precision and care as the original dairy milk bars, ensuring that every version of the product meets Cadbury's high standards. Once the chocolate bars have cooled and solidified, they're ready to be packaged. The packaging process is fully automated, with machines wrapping each bar in the iconic purple wrapper that we all recognize. The wrappers are designed to protect the chocolate from light, heat, and moisture, which could affect its taste and texture. In fact, the packaging is specifically engineered to ensure that the chocolate stays fresh, even if it's sitting on the store shelves for a while. After the bars are wrapped, they're packed into boxes and prepared for shipping. But before they leave the factory, there's one more important step: quality control. Quality control is a critical part of the chocolate-making process. After all, Cadbury has a reputation to uphold, and they want to make sure that every bar meets their high standards. Once the bars are packaged, they go through a series of automated checks. Machines scan the bars for imperfections, such as air bubbles, cracks, or uneven shapes. Any bars that don't meet the standards are discarded or melted down to be reused in the next batch. But the quality control process doesn't stop there. Factory workers also perform random taste tests to ensure that the chocolate has the right flavor and texture. After all, machines can't taste, so it's up to the experts to make sure the product is up to par. Once the chocolate bars have passed the quality control checks, they're ready to be shipped out. The bars are packed into boxes and loaded onto trucks, which transport them to distribution centers. From there, they're sent to stores all across the United States, ensuring that Americans from coast to coast can enjoy their favorite chocolate. The logistics of distributing chocolate are complex, especially when you consider the need to maintain temperature control during transport. Chocolate is sensitive to heat, and if it melts during shipping, it can ruin the product. That's why Cadbury takes extra care to ensure that the chocolate is stored and transported in optimal conditions. In recent years, Cadbury has placed a strong emphasis on sustainability and ethical sourcing. The company is committed to using fair trade cocoa, which means that the cocoa farmers are paid fairly for their work and are provided with resources to improve their communities. Cadbury has also made efforts to reduce its environmental footprint by minimizing water usage and reducing waste in its factories. These initiatives are part of the company's broader commitment to creating a more sustainable future for the chocolate industry. Did you know that Cadbury dairy milk is sold in more than 50 countries around the world? Every year, millions of pounds of Cadbury dairy milk are consumed by Americans, making it one of the most popular chocolate brands in the US. Cadbury was the first chocolate manufacturer to receive the royal warrant from Queen Victoria, making it the official supplier of chocolate to the British royal family. Enjoying this deep dive into the world of Cadbury dairy milk? Make sure to comment with your favorite chocolate flavor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more behind-the-scenes looks at your favorite foods. Welcome to the world of modern date production, where tradition meets innovation. In the United States, the date industry exemplifies how age-old agricultural practices can be enhanced by cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, AI. Today, we'll explore how bulk dates are grown, harvested, and processed in factory settings, ensuring the finest quality for consumers worldwide. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to stay updated on more fascinating insights into how food is made in mega factories using modern technologies. Also, if you're enjoying this content, please drop a like and leave a comment below with your thoughts. The journey of bulk date production starts long before the fruits are processed in a factory. It begins in the fertile, arid regions of the southwestern United States, especially in California's Coachella Valley and parts of Arizona. The climate in these areas, marked by long, hot summers and very little rainfall, provides ideal conditions for date palms to thrive. The medjool date is the crown jewel of American date production, known for its large size, soft texture, and rich caramel-like flavor. To achieve this quality, date palms need specific environmental conditions. The desert heat, with temperatures regularly reaching over 100 degrees Fahrenheit during the summer, plays a crucial role in ripening the fruit, while the sandy, well-draining soil ensures that the roots don't get waterlogged. In recent years, American farmers have adopted artificial intelligence to optimize the growing conditions for date palms. AI-powered sensors are buried deep in the soil to monitor moisture levels, salinity, and temperature. These sensors feed real-time data to a central system, allowing farmers to adjust their irrigation schedules and nutrient applications with pinpoint accuracy. In the past, farmers had to rely on visual inspection or traditional soil sampling, but AI has made it possible to predict exactly when and how much water the trees need, ensuring optimal growth without wasting resources. Smart irrigation. In traditional date farming, irrigation was one of the most labor-intensive tasks. Water had to be manually applied to the trees through flood irrigation systems. Now, AI-driven smart irrigation systems take care of this process. These systems ensure that each palm receives the precise amount of water it needs and no more. Over-irrigating can lead to root rot or other diseases, while under-irrigating can result in poor quality fruit. The AI monitors these factors continuously and adjusts the watering schedule based on weather forecasts and soil conditions, ensuring that the trees grow in an optimal environment. Date palms are a long-term investment for farmers. A single tree can take 4 to 7 years to start producing fruit, but once it reaches maturity, it can bear fruit for decades. The commitment to nurturing these palms begins at the very first planting. While nature plays a role in the pollination of many crops, date palms require a helping hand. The date palm is dioecious, meaning there are separate male and female trees. Only the female trees produce fruit, but they can't do so without the pollen from the male trees. In the wild, wind would naturally pollinate the trees, but this is inefficient for large-scale production. Instead, workers carefully collect pollen from the male trees and hand-pollinate each female tree. This labor-intensive process ensures that every female tree is capable of producing fruit, and it dramatically increases the yield. AI-enhanced pollination. Though the act of pollination is still performed by human hands, AI has improved the scheduling and timing of this essential task. AI systems now predict the best times for pollination based on weather patterns, the age of the trees, and other environmental factors. This has helped to increase the success rate of pollination and, in turn, boost overall date production. In some experimental farms, drones are being tested to assist in the pollination process, potentially making it even more efficient in the near future. One of the unique aspects of date farming is that dates do not all ripen at the same time. This means that a tree might need to be harvested several times over the course of a few weeks. Workers climb tall ladders to reach the clusters of dates, carefully picking only those that have fully ripened. This ensures that the fruit is at its peak quality when it is picked. The actual picking of dates is still done by hand on most farms. Mechanical harvesters could damage the delicate fruit, leading to a lower quality product. By hand-picking the dates, farmers can ensure that each one is collected at the perfect stage of ripeness, resulting in a superior final product. AI technology plays an essential role in managing the labor force during the harvest season. Traditionally, farmers had to rely on their experience to determine when the dates were ready for harvest. Now, AI systems analyze data from sensors placed in the orchards to predict when specific trees or clusters of dates will be ready for picking. This allows farmers to deploy their workforce more efficiently, reducing labor costs and improving the timing of the harvest. Once harvested, the dates are transported to the processing facility. Here, the journey towards becoming a packaged product begins. Each batch of dates is carefully labeled and tracked using traceability technology. This system allows the factory to maintain quality control, as every batch can be traced back to the specific farm, tree, and harvest date. The first step inside the facility involves a manual inspection. Workers meticulously sort through the dates, removing any that show signs of overripeness, bruising, or imperfections. This hands-on approach ensures that only high-quality fruit moves forward to the next stage of processing. Although this step is still largely manual, some facilities have integrated AI-driven sorting machines that assist in the initial inspection process. These machines scan the dates for size, color, and surface imperfections. Any dates that don't meet the quality standards are automatically diverted for further inspection or repurposed for other products, such as date paste or syrup. As the dates move through the production line, they are subjected to a highly advanced quality control process powered by artificial intelligence. The dates pass through high-speed scanners that use both visible and near-infrared light to capture detailed images of each fruit. The AI system analyzes these images, looking for defects such as cracks in the skin, discoloration, or inconsistencies in size and shape. The AI system processes the data in real time, instantly categorizing the dates into different quality grades. For example, dates with perfect skin and no blemishes are labeled as premium grade, while those with minor imperfections are placed in lower grades, such as fancy or choice. This sorting process is incredibly efficient, allowing the facility to process thousands of dates per minute with a level of accuracy that would be impossible for human workers to achieve. After sorting, the dates are transported to the cleaning area, where they are thoroughly washed to remove any dust or debris that may have accumulated during harvesting. The cleaning process is delicate, as the fruit's skin is soft and prone to damage. AI-assisted cleaning. Some facilities have introduced AI-driven cleaning systems that use precise amounts of water and pressure to clean the dates. These systems ensure that the fruit is cleaned without being damaged. Additionally, the water used in the cleaning process is often recycled and filtered, making the operation more environmentally sustainable. Final quality check. After the initial grading, human workers continue to inspect the dates, ensuring that the AI systems have accurately categorized the fruit. This final check is crucial, as even the most advanced AI technology can sometimes miss minor defects. By combining human expertise with machine precision, the factory ensures that every date packed for sale meets the highest quality standards. Once the dates are graded, they move on to the packaging stage. Premium dates are often packaged in decorative boxes, destined for high-end markets or gift packages. These packages are designed to highlight the luxurious nature of the fruit, often using recyclable or biodegradable materials to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. Bulk packaging. For lower-grade dates, bulk packaging is the preferred method. These dates are often sold in large quantities to food manufacturers, who use them in products like energy bars, smoothies, or date syrups. Bulk packaging involves sealing the dates in airtight bags or containers to preserve their freshness during transportation and storage. Vacuum sealing and modified atmosphere packaging, MAP. In some cases, dates are vacuum sealed or packed using modified atmosphere packaging. MAP involves replacing the oxygen in the package with a gas mixture, such as nitrogen or carbon dioxide, which helps to slow down the oxidation process that can cause dates to spoil. This is particularly useful for dates that will be shipped to distant markets or stored for long periods. After packaging, many dates are stored in specialized cold storage facilities to preserve their freshness. Premium dates, in particular, are often flash frozen at -18 degrees Celsius to lock in their moisture and flavor. Freezing dates is especially important when preparing them for export to distant markets, as it ensures that the fruit retains its quality throughout the journey. The term cold chain refers to the system used to maintain the optimal temperature for perishable products from the point of origin to the final consumer. In the case of dates, the cold chain begins when the packaged dates are placed in cold storage and continues throughout transportation, whether by truck, ship, or plane. This process ensures that the dates remain fresh, even when they are shipped across continents. AI plays a significant role in managing cold storage facilities. By constantly monitoring temperature and humidity levels, AI systems can make adjustments in real time to ensure that the dates are stored in ideal conditions. Additionally, AI can predict when inventory will be needed for distribution, allowing the facility to optimize energy usage and reduce costs. The U.S. is a major player in the global date market, exporting bulk dates to over 15 countries, including key markets in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The demand for premium medjool dates continues to grow worldwide, driven by consumers' increasing interest in healthy, natural snacks. Dates destined for international markets are often shipped in temperature-controlled containers to maintain their freshness. These containers are equipped with refrigeration units and temperature sensors that feed data back to a central system. AI technology monitors this data and makes adjustments to ensure that the fruit remains in optimal condition during transport. AI also helps manage the logistics of date distribution. By analyzing data on shipping routes, fuel consumption, and market demand, AI systems can identify the most efficient ways to transport the dates from the factory to international markets. This helps reduce shipping costs, minimize delays, and ensure that the dates arrive in perfect condition. The date industry in the U.S. is not just about maintaining tradition, it's also about innovation. Ongoing research and development efforts are focused on improving the quality, sustainability, and variety of dates produced in America. While medjool dates are the most well-known, American farms are experimenting with other varieties, such as Barhi, Kadrawi, and Zahidi dates. Each of these varieties has unique characteristics, and farmers are using AI to analyze consumer preferences and market trends to determine which types of dates will be most popular in the future. AI is also being used to assist in crossbreeding programs aimed at developing new types of dates that are more resistant to pests and diseases, or that have better yields in less than ideal growing conditions. By analyzing genetic data, AI can predict the outcomes of crossbreeding experiments with greater accuracy, speeding up the development of new, high-quality varieties. Sustainability and water conservation. The date industry, like many agricultural sectors, faces increasing pressure to reduce its environmental footprint. AI is playing a key role in helping farmers conserve water, reduce pesticide use, and implement more sustainable farming practices. For example, some farms are using AI-driven drones to monitor crop health and detect signs of disease or pest infestations early, allowing for targeted treatments that minimize the use of harmful chemicals. Nothing goes to waste. One of the remarkable aspects of the date industry is its commitment to waste reduction. Dates that don't meet the standards for direct consumption can still be used in a variety of other products. Dates that are too small, overripe, or misshapen to be sold as whole fruit are often turned into date paste or syrup. These products are used as natural sweeteners in energy bars, baked goods, smoothies, and health products. AI helps streamline the production process for date paste and syrup by analyzing the consistency and sugar content of the dates to ensure that the final product meets the desired specifications. Even the seeds and skins of dates are put to good use. The seeds can be ground into a powder and used as a natural dietary supplement, while the skins and other organic waste are composted or used as animal feed, ensuring that nothing goes to waste in the production process. Many date producers are also experimenting with sustainable packaging solutions. AI is helping researchers develop new types of biodegradable packaging materials made from agricultural byproducts, including date fibers, that can be used to package dates and other products. This reduces the environmental impact of the industry and appeals to eco-conscious consumers. Dates are not only delicious but also packed with nutrients, making them a popular choice among health-conscious consumers. Rich in fiber, potassium, and in antioxidants, dates are a natural energy booster and a great addition to a balanced diet. AI is playing a growing role in consumer education and marketing for the date industry. By analyzing data on consumer behavior and preferences, AI systems can help producers tailor their marketing efforts to reach health-conscious consumers. For example, AI can identify trends in social media conversations about dates and use that information to create targeted marketing campaigns that highlight the health benefits of dates. AI technology is also being used to analyze the nutritional content of different varieties of dates and compare them to other snack options. This information is used to develop new marketing strategies and product labels that appeal to health-conscious shoppers who are looking for natural, nutrient-rich foods. The production of bulk dates in America is a perfect example of how traditional agricultural practices can be enhanced by modern technology. From the careful cultivation of date palms in the Coachella Valley to the AI-driven sorting systems in cutting-edge factories, every step of the process is designed to ensure the highest quality dates are delivered to consumers. As the global demand for dates continues to grow, American date producers are at the forefront of innovation, using AI to improve sustainability, enhance product quality, and reduce waste. Whether you're enjoying a fresh medjool date from your local farmer's market or a bulk order of dates shipped from a factory, the journey of these delicious fruits is a testament to the dedication, innovation, and passion of the American date industry. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of date production. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into how food is made using modern technology. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know in the comments what you found most interesting.